We back. Yeah, we're calling for Saber. The other thing is obviously we go out and spoiler, Ryder kills us. So that's what I imagine would happen at least. That's the best choice we have. If Shinji's servants created this boundary field, I just need to call for Saber. Tosaka, I'm calling for Saber. Tell me how to use the command spell. Uh, Hold on. If you're gonna call for Saber, I'll also. You used your command spell yesterday, so it's my turn today. We can call for Archer if Saber can't handle the situation by herself. So how do I use the command spell? Concentrate on your left hand. It's better if you close your eyes. Imagine the shape of your command spell and release it. Give an order while you release it, of course. I close my eyes. I can't take my time. I eliminate any thoughts in my head as quickly as I can. Concentrate on my second command spell. Please come. Saber! And I release the command spell without hesitation. My hand burns. At the same time, I feel an unnatural heaviness right beside me, and a knight in silver emerges from the heavy void. Saber! I have come in response to your summons. What is the situation, Master? It is grave enough for you to use your command spell, correct? It's just as it looks. A servant activated this boundary field. I want to remove this boundary field as fast as possible. I understand. I certainly feel the presence of a servant on this floor. This floor? There are servants on the fourth floor? I am sure of it. What about it, Reen? Huh? No, I'm sure that's the case if you say so. But that's too strange. I can feel that the origin of the boundary field is on the first floor. I'm sure your skill to detect a servant is superior to mine. But my skill to detect magic is pretty good too. So you're saying that the servant was on this floor, even though the boundary field was set up on the first floor? I can't say for sure, but that's what I feel. The source of the boundary field has to be on the first floor. Sorry, my phone just wigged up. Like, I'm literally just, like, sitting here, looking up, and my phone is on my desk. That's why you can sometimes hear it when, I get a text. And it just, like, turned on, turned off, turned on. I'm like, I've never seen that before. That's slightly concerning. I can't say for sure, but that's what I feel. The source of the boundary field has to be on the first floor. So there are two alternatives, huh? If Shinji arranged for a servant to come to this floor, one has to be a trap. Everyone in the school will pay the price if we make the wrong choice. Oh shoot, is there another choice we have to make? Reen, where's Archer? We can make a better analysis if he is here. He's not answering me. This boundary field has us totally cut off from the outside world. I have to use the command spell, or we'll have to wait for him to detect this and come here. Tosaka and Saber glare at each other. But now's not a time to be doing so. Think. Tosaka doesn't have her composure. The best thing we can do right now is... Alright. We'll go search the first floor. I feel sorry for letting Saber fight by herself, but she should be able to take the servant on by herself. Saber, I'll leave the servant up to you. Can you fight by yourself? Of course. What will you do, Shiro? I'm going down to the first floor. I might be unreliable myself, but I'm sure I'll be alright if Tosaka comes with me. Besides, only Tosaka can detect magical energy. Let's go together, Tosaka. Yeah, of course. I was gonna go by myself if you didn't ask. Then it's decided. So now... Hey, what are you doing? Are you insane breaking a chair like that? We need a weapon, right? I can only use strengthening magic, so I need something I can strengthen. I swing the leg of the chair. It's exactly like the time I got attacked by Tosaka. I easily succeed at the strengthening magic, and I also take another leg while I'm at it. Shiro, I feel a weak presence outside. It seems we are surrounded. Surrounded? By what? I do not know. We only need to go out and check. You're right. Can you take the lead? Of course. It is my duty to be your shield. Saber runs out into the hallway. Let's go, Tosaka. We'll go down to the first floor. The instant we go out into the hallway, we find out what's surrounding us. Are those bones? The things made out of inhuman bones are coming in great numbers from the other side of the hallway. What is that, Tosaka? Golems. It's a kind of familiar. Just come this way. Saber will take care of them. They won't be a match for Saber no matter how many hundreds of them there are. I'll leave it to you, Saber. I run to the stairs. The sound of Saber destroying the bones echoes behind me. We run down the stairs. It's not that far to the first floor, but... Damn you! I smash the blocking bone creature with a chair leg in my hand. This is the third one already. It might be because I saw the disaster, but I don't care about confronting these monsters. In other words, my mind is numb. My proper emotions, such as hatred, fear, sadness, and cowardice, have all frozen up. The only thing filling my head is the desire to get to the first floor. I take the 2 swords in my hands and swing them like I saw him use. Hey, don't go that way! I smash the 4th bone creature. The bone creature that tried to attack Tosaka from the side gets smashed and smacked into a wall. Hey, are you alright, Tosaka? I call out to her while fending off the attackers. Good, Tosaka isn't hurt at all. Tosaka, where's the origin of the boundary field? It's right there, in that classroom. The place Tosaka points at is about 10 meters ahead. There are a few more bone creatures that followed us down the stairs, but we don't have time to deal with them. I parry the attacking sword with the weapon in my right hand. I attack the defenseless body with the weapon in my left hand. I destroy the 5th bone creature, but there are more of them. There are at least 10 more bone creatures in the hallway. Damn, they're persistent. Why don't you guys run out? I retreat a bit. The chair legs in my hands are worn down. Even though I strengthened them, they are originally only stainless steel. I don't know if they'll hold out even against one more attack. Get back, Shiro! Huh? I'm surprised, but I back up like she tells me to. At that instant, Tosaka jumps out in front of me and throws a jewel at the bone creatures. She fills my vision with pure white. That must have been some sort of release spell. There's no sign of destruction in the hallway, and only the scattered remains of the bone creatures are there. Thanks, you helped me out. I really used the topaz, so it took me some time to get it ready. I would have been overwhelmed if you weren't here with me. She lowers her shoulders in relief, but she only does so for an instant and glares at the classroom. Let's go, Shinji should be there. Tosaka runs to the classroom. I follow her and step into the red classroom. It is a pure hell here. The air in this classroom cannot be called gas anymore. The vaporized blood dyes the eyes of the beholder like paint. Voices of anguish can be heard from all over. This is the origin of the boundary field, the place where absorption is the strongest. The students lying on the floor are totally different from the students on the 4th floor. The moanings I hear are just hallucinations. The students have pale faces and they don't move as if they are dolls made from wax. It reminds me of a mountain of corpses, trash thrown away in a wasteland. Tosaka is staring at the scene, her legs shaking. I hear a chattering sound. It must be to suppress her emotions. Tosaka's teeth chatter as she beholds the scene in horror. She moves her shaking legs and steps forward. Between the desks, there's a living person there. On his butt amongst all the fallen students, Mato Shinji is looking up at Tosaka. Shinji, you! A stern voice. He must have reacted to the voice. Shinji lets out a strange cry and jumps away from Tosaka. I'm not going to accept any excuses. I'll have you atone for what you've done, no matter what. Tosaka goes near Shinji. No. It's not me. It's not me. Shinji shakes his head and retreats to the wall. It's not me? How can you say that? Just go ahead and stop the boundary field. If you won't, I can blow off that face of yours and... No, I said it's not me. It's not me that killed her. This is strange. Shinji is running away from Tosaka, but he's not looking at her. He's looking at the floor right by our feet. By our feet. I look down. There are only students that fell unconscious. There isn't anything else. Tosaka? I call out to her and point to the place. Huh? A stunned voice. She must have forgotten her anger towards Shinji. The instant she sees the thing on the floor, Tosaka's intent to kill fades away. My breath stops. The thing on the floor is completely dead. The long purple hair. The thing covered in black cloths is the servant that attacked me. She's dead. Tosaka's voice contains no emotion. It's not me, I didn't do it. I executed the boundary field and nobody was able to move but Ryder. Ryder was... The black servant Ryder was killed in one blow. What kind of weapon was it, and how was she killed? Only one blow against a servant? Only aiming for the neck and killing the enemy by ripping the neck apart. Can't even imagine how it was done. It must have caught her by surprise, but the enemy must have been skilled to cut her neck in one blow. No, I can't call it cut. It looks like something put a jack in there and ripped off the meat and bone by crushing it. Ryder disappears from this world. The red world disappears at the same time. It seems the boundary field was created by this servant as I thought. But... Shinji, who did this? As Tosaka closes in, Shinji slowly retreats towards the hallway. I told you that there's another master at our school, right? It's your fault for ignoring my warning and causing this panic. It seems you survived by watching your servant die without helping her, but it's your turn next if you saw the enemy. I don't know what kind of master he or she is, but I'm sure you're next. That can't be true. I don't have my sword anymore. I'm not a master anymore, so you guys should be the next target. Yeah, well, you're right. There's no harm in letting you be, even if you have your command spells. It might be annoying to have you run around, but a harmless insect can't kill humans. Yeah, I won't kill you here, depending on your response. Insect? I'm a harmless insect? You should thank me for not comparing you to a noxious insect. I told you that you're harmless since Mato Shinji is fit to be neither a Magus nor a master. So tell me if you saw it. That's the only value in you right now. Shinji retreats, being pushed by Tosaka's pressure. I don't know if Tosaka's serious or just threatening, but she's seriously angry. She has lost her calmness after seeing the tragic scene. Come on! What kind of servant killed your servant, Shinji? I don't know, you idiot! You're the one who should be cowering in fear. You guys are the next target. You! Shinji runs out into the hallway and Tosaka starts to go after him. But Tosaka stops as if she realizes something. No, that's wrong. It's not as if she noticed something. She's just watching the students on the floor and biting her lips in vexation. Her face is that of Tosaka Rin, but her knees are shaking and her eyes are wavering as if they are about to cry. I don't know if she's filled with sorrow or vexation, but that tells me she is firm, can do everything, and is a mature Magus, but she's just a girl of her age on the inside. It's fine, Tosaka. Everyone's still breathing. It's not over yet. Huh? Everyone's breathing? Yeah, it might be hard, but take a good look. Everyone's alive. The boundary field is gone, so all I have to do now is call for help. So, should we call for an ambulance or something else in a case like this? Should we contact the church if their wounds are caused by magic? I ask her in a calm voice. That must have gone back her reasoning, as she slaps her own face with both her hands. We can contact the church. Kiryu will take care of the rest if you explain the situation to him. Alright, let's contact him right away. Nodding, Tosaka runs out into the hallway. She must be heading to the office. There's a phone there, so she should be able to make a call right away. Okay. And with that being said, I'll see all you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.